my youngest kid is around, so if you hear noises, it's him like.
We can have him.
No, I
During,
mean he's at this time he's usually at school. The thing is that he had surgery on Friday,
okay.
and well he has to be at home until today. He's
You all right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean,
Okay.
he's been in a lot of pain, but he's gonna be all right.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm starting the webinar, so let people join in, and let's give them about 5 minutes. So let me start this as well. Okay, so by the time we are being joined by people, let's have a ritual done here. We are having a webinar in 7 countries today.
Yep.
That includes Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman, Kuwait, UAE, and Iraq. So what do we know about these countries?
Sorry, I interrupted.
What do we know about any of these countries?
Well, let's begin. Saudi Arabia, biggest mosque in the world, of course, in Mecca, very important city. Prophet was born there. Other countries, Iraq, well, pretty dramatic history.
Mm-hmm.
Conflicting country, but I know several people from Iraq, and
let's go one by one. Let's go one by one, so we can join in all of them. What I'll share mine about Saudi Arabia. That Saudi Arabia, just one oil field in Saudi Arabia, which is called Ghawar, has 75 billion barrel oil still left in it.
That's enough.
Yeah, it's enough for us, right? Yeah, Katrina, what do you know about Saudi Arabia?
I actually read today about Middle East, that it includes around 20 countries, and I think 20 countries.
Well, that's about UAE actually. So let's get the UAE there. There are about 200 nationalities in UAE.
Mm-hmm.
About 200 nationalities, and there are no rivers in UAE, by the way.
No what? No rivers?
No rivers in UAE.
Oh,
no rivers in UAE. Yeah. There are no rivers in UAE. Talking about Iraq, according to Islamic beliefs, Noah's Ark was built in Iraq, the city called Kufa.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And the oldest known system of writing was discovered and developed in Iraq, actually, about 3200 BC. And there were no alphabets. There were 600 different signs they used to write with.
Cuneiform, wasn't it?
Yeah. There's some difficult name for it. Yeah, I don't remember the name, but there it is. Talking about Bahrain. Bahrain is the smallest in Middle East and the 3rd smallest country in Asia. And until 2018, there's a causeway in Bahrain, and on that causeway, women were only allowed to drive on one side of the road. Guess why?
Just so they don't get in the middle.
Other side of that road was inside the border of Saudi Arabia.
Of course.
Women were only allowed to drive on the one side. Yeah. Qatar has the 3rd largest airport in the world, and the men and women population is 3-1. Only 12% of the whole population are Qataris themselves.
Sure.
Others are expats. Yeah. Oman is the oldest independent state in Arab since 1749. And crime rate in Oman is almost non-existent.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, some great, interesting facts. With that, I think we have a few people and they are raising hands as well. So we will start the show from here. Are we ready?
Yes,
we are.
Great. Hello and welcome to a Global Investment Real Estate and Residency Show Phase 2. We are live here in Middle East today. This is an exclusive event brought to you by TEG Media, a company that organizes live and online events. I'm a director and co-founder and a part of this exceptional team. My name is Abdul Basit and I am your host today. By the end of this show today, we will all know how to relocate to USA with having a successful business and relocate there with your family. And we'll also know how to become a European resident by investing into real estate in Portugal. We have received many questions from every one of you asking how much does it cost? What is the way of investment? How long is the procedure? How can I take my family with me? What is the education? Trust me, all of your questions will be answered today very shortly within the next 1 hour. We have 2 presentations here. After each presentation, our speakers will be happy to answer all your questions. Please feel free to ask questions in the question and answer section of the Zoom, and people who have joined us live on YouTube, please feel free to ask questions in YouTube live chat session. With that, I would like to introduce our first speaker of the evening, who is representing Umber Star Luxury Real Estate from Portugal. Ms. Katrina Bakhchiwanji. Ms. Katrina Bakhchiwanji is an experienced real estate professional and working in this industry since 2012. She has also worked in tourism. She speaks English, Portuguese, and Russian. And Ms. Katrina is here to help us with our immigration needs and going to tell us all about Portugal's golden visa and the real estate options available there. Welcome, Katrina. How are you doing today?
Hello, good afternoon. I'm okay, thank you. And I'm ready to tell you everything about golden visa changes in Portugal. And I have my presentation ready to show you.
Great, we are excited to see that.
Can I start?
Please share your screen.
Yes. So here we are. Things I would like to talk with you about things which you didn't know about golden visa and new rules which we are waiting for from the 1st of January 2021. Can you see it?
Yeah, we can see it. If you can please go full screen, it will be easier.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, so here we have 4 main types of investment in Portuguese golden visa. Here we have real estate investment, direct investment, business, and investment in science or culture. So according to that, we are talking about rules which still are valid this year till the end of this year, and how they will change already from the 1st of January 2021. So direct investment, we have 2 options: 1 million euros deposit on one of the Portuguese bank account. This rule is still available this year, and from the next year it will increase from 1 million euros to 1,500,000 euros. Or second option, 350,000 euros minimum investment in venture funds, which will increase for 400,000 euros. Then next option is business investment. And here also we have 2 types of investment. First, if the investor wants to open his own company in Portugal, we have first option, but in this case, it's necessary to create 10 job positions and maintain them during next 5 years. Or if the investor doesn't want to start his own business in Portugal, it's possible to invest a minimum 350,000 euros in already existing company. And in this case, the company is obliged to maintain 5 job positions for the next 5 years. And our company also can be the company for investment. And in 5 years, we are developing all the money. And we are obliged to maintain 5 job positions for the next 5 years. But 350,000 euros is a sum just for this year. And starting from the 1st of 2022, this sum will increase till 5,100 minimum investment. And with the first option, nothing changes. Then we go to the third part of investment into science of cultural heritage. So here we have 350,000 euros in scientific researches, which will increase till 500,000 minimum investment. And when we talk about investment in cultural heritage, nothing changes. We stay with the same sum, 250,000 euros minimum investment. And here we have probably the most popular, the most interesting part of the investment, real estate investment. So what we have this year? This year we have 500 minimum investment in realty independently of its type and its location, or 350,000 minimum investment in real estate located in urban rehabilitation areas, or that one which have more than 30 years old. Also, the investor can receive 20% discount if the property is situated in a low population density area. In this case, instead of 500 minimum investment, we have 400 minimum investment, and instead of 350,000, 280,000 minimum investment. But starting from the 1st of January 2022, rules will change. How it will be? So first, we already have here division into commercial property and residential property. When talking about commercial property, it's everything stays the same, nothing changes in commercial property. But when we talk about residential property, minimum investment is just 500,000 minimum, or 350,000 euros minimum investment if it's a residential property in urban rehabilitation areas. And we talk already about properties that are just in the interior of Portugal and on the islands in Madeira or Azores. It means that starting from the 1st of January 2022, regions of Porto, Lisbon, and all the coast of Portugal will no longer be eligible for investment in residential property. But we have here already Madeira and Azores. So Azores are included into the low population density territory. Once again, we have these changes just in residential market. Here you can see two maps, on the left interior of Portugal and on the right low population density areas. That will be areas starting from the 1st of January 2022. It means that still this year it's possible to make investment according to old rules. Why Portuguese visa is so popular? Why it's different from all other programs in Europe? First of all, the investor doesn't need to wait long for permit for residence permit, maximum 9 months. Then it's necessary to stay in Portugal just 14 days within each 2 years term. So it means after applying for first residence permit, in 2 years, the investor has to apply again for, has to prolong this 2 years term, and once again, and within each 2 years term, it's necessary to stay just 14 days. Then it's possible to apply for Portuguese citizenship already after 5 years. And it's not necessary to live here. Then Portugal also allows double citizenship, so the investor can keep his first citizenship. And also very important that investor can ask for a residence permit and golden visa, apply for golden visa for all members of the family, for partner, for wife, for husband, for children, for parents. Then also very important, open circulation in all Schengen zone. Then it's possible to invest oneself or as a company to buy one or two property depending on the sum. So if the investor invests 350,000 euros, it's possible to buy two properties which will have this sum. 2 or 3 or more investors can invest also. Then non-residents can apply for mortgage in Portuguese bank up to 30 years for 70% of the total sum of the purchase. The investor can rent the property already after buying, and it's possible to sell the property already after applying for Portuguese citizenship. And most important, that it's possible to do all this process remotely. We are working with trustworthy lawyers who keep us updated, and we have all the information, and it's not necessary to go to Portugal. Since August 2020, we carried remotely about 20 visas, golden visas, and this year we had already 11 cases of applying for golden visa remotely, successfully also. Then I would like to speak about properties which we have. We have a big database of properties in all Portugal, and I will speak just shortly of some of them. This is a development project in the center of Porto. The construction is about to be finished on September 2022, and here we have apartments T0, T1, and T2, which are very easy to rent because they are located in the center. And then we are moving to another property also. Here we have Firmeza Street, also development project reconstruction that is already on the final stage. Here we also have apartments which are also very easy to be rented, as they are located in the center. And as the previous and these projects are development project, reconstructional projects, it's possible for investor to apply for golden visa with spending just 350,000 euros. Here we have Loft commercial residence in Lisbon with 3% of the yearly income. That's also a reconstructional project, and the investor also can apply for a golden visa with spending 350,000 euros. Here you can see how it will be inside. The construction is about to be finished on the second semester of 2023, in 2 years. Here we have Spa Hotel in Algarve, Lagos. We have here use ranking from 169,000 euros to 239,000 euros. That's also a reconstructional project that will start in October 2021 and will last 24 months. And the owner, the investor, has here 7% of the guaranteed yearly income for next 30 years with the possibility to sell apartment after 5 years. Here we have resort residence in Algarve, also a resort in Algarve with 5% of the guaranteed income. The owner can stay about 10 weeks during a year for free in a hotel. And here I showed you just some main properties, some of them, but we have lots of apartments, houses, vineyards, hotels, commercial spaces, lands, everything what the client can need. And as I have already told, we work with high-class professionals with trustworthy lawyers, so we are ready to help with the golden visa process, and we are ready to do it remotely, and the client just need to tell what he needs. Thank you. So here you can see our contacts, and do you have some, maybe you have some questions?
Thank you so much, Katerina. Thank you so much for a lovely presentation. We do have some questions for you. Are you ready for them?
I hope so. I think yes.
Great, great. Okay, so the first question of the evening is that, did I hear it correctly? I can take my partner, or do we need to be married to apply?
No, it's not necessary to be married. We can. The law allows to apply in this case for golden visa process.
Okay,
for golden visa, yes.
For golden visa, it is allowed to have.
Yes, it's allowed, and our lawyers have all the list of necessary documents, which in this case is necessary to show for the government to apply for golden visa.
Great, great. Thank you so much. The next question is, what documents do we need to buy property and apply for golden visa?
And apply for golden visa.
Yeah,
First of all, it's necessary to choose what kind of property you want, where. Then it's necessary to decide with the price, because as I told you, it's possible to apply for golden visa with spending 280,000 euros and more, of course. And in this case, of course, we're talking about different documents, but normally there's always the same list, and we have it everything on our website.
Okay, perfect. And people who ever are not able to get their answers, we will definitely contact you back. Our speakers will contact you back and have a detailed discussion with you one-on-one. So don't worry if you are not clear of anything. We will be there to support you in that. We have another question here. Can a property be bought as a co-ownership?
So yes, it's also possible. Yes. For example, we have a property that costs, let's say 700,000 euros, and according to the type of the project, is possible to apply in this case for 350,000 euros. So two investors can buy one property and apply for golden visas. Yes.
Great. What kind of identity do children who are born in Portugal after having this residency will have?
Excuse me, can you repeat it?
If the couple had a residency, a golden visa, and had a residency, and they have a child born in Portugal after that, so the child will get a citizenship straight away, or just the residency?
First, if I'm not mistaken, as parents, residence. But that's a good question.
You can check with the lawyers always, right?
We always consult with lawyers, of course. We consult not just with lawyers, but also with our with our colleagues who already had some similar processes. Yes.
Okay. What are the requirements for mortgage?
Requirements for mortgage. Let's imagine that the property costs 700,000 euros. So it's possible to ask for 70%, right? But that's important. The investor make the first payment of the price of the golden visa. If it's 400, it's necessary to pay first 400 and ask for the mortgage for the rest of the price of the total purchase.
Perfect. One more question we have right now here is that same-sex partners are allowed to apply or not?
Sorry, excuse me?
Same-sex partners are allowed?
Yes, of course.
Apply? They are allowed to. They are allowed to apply.
They are allowed to apply, yes.
Okay. Perfect. Just received another message. We are actually receiving messages on our WhatsApp straight away as well. We are in communication with the audience through different channels. So they're asking, are there people who have already acquired citizenship via golden visa?
Of course. Yes, there are. We have already people who have received who had received Portuguese citizenship with us. Yes, we already have that client.
Okay,
and
so
a lot.
perfect. So there are references available.
Of course, sure.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for your time. We do have a couple more questions, but we will definitely, we cannot answer all the questions now. The questions that are not been answered, you will be contacted by Katrina herself, and you can ask as many questions as you wanted. Katrina will definitely be happy to answer all of them. Correct? Thank you so much,
Of course.
Katrina.
Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you for your time. With that, we will move to our next speakers who are presenting Feria DC from Washington, DC. A beautiful project with the EB5 option in it. We have two speakers from Feria DC. Mr. Eduardo Arnal, who is a senior professional with 15 plus years of experience in operations management and project management. With that, joining his colleague, Mr. Juan Sales, who is a chef and entrepreneur, also with 15 plus years of experience, is running a successful restaurant with over 60 employees right now. Hello, welcome, gentlemen. How are you doing today?
Aldo, thank you for having us again.
Great. I hope you're enjoying weather as well.
Well, yeah, we have great weather today here in Spain.
Great, yeah, great. And the weather here in Miami is awesome too. A bit warm sometimes, but it's awesome.
Very good. Well, let me tell you, Middle East is getting hotter again. And with that, please share your screen and let's start the show.
Sure. There. Okay. So let's begin.
Can we please go full screen?
Sure. Wait. There. Can you see it?
Perfect.
Okay, awesome. Okay. Well, hey, hi everybody. We're presenting our Feria DC project. We hope you like it as much as we do. Okay, and first things first. This is the moment to dream big, and by big we mean the EB5 program, which is employment-based 5. Okay, basically it is the world's most desirable U.S. immigration investment program. Okay, it is administered by USCIS, the Citizenship and Immigration Services, and really making it quick, the EB5 program is your path to a U.S. green card. Okay, what is this is all about? This is a very quick summary of everything. We will get in much detail further along our presentation. Okay, this is the way to get your green card in 18 months, approximately. It is the quickest way to get it using the EB5 program. You can be eligible to become a U.S. citizen in 5 years after getting, of course, a preliminary green card. Investment required for a program is $900,000, and our interest rate is 5% for a paid annually for a 5-year period. After this, you get your money back, and of course, you keep the interest. I'm gonna let Juan to begin and tell us about the EB5 program a little bit. Juan, please go ahead.
Thank you, Eduardo. Hello, everybody. I'm gonna talk about the EB5 Investor Visa Program. So the EB5 Visa Program is an employment-based visa created to stimulate the economy and job growth. It basically allows foreigners to become residents by obtaining a green card. This program is actually, as Eduardo said, the fastest way to have a green card in the US. And 5 years after having that green card, you will be able to apply for US citizenship. So the US passport is only an investment away. So the benefits of this program, okay? Each investor will have unrestricted employment options. You will be able to work wherever you want in the US, okay? Any job you want or not work at all. It all depends to you. You will have a greater chance for college admission and reduced college tuition. You will have the opportunity to travel freely in and out of the US. And these benefits apply to your entire household. So your wife, your spouse, and your children unmarried under 21. They will all get the benefits.
Okay, let me take over from Juan and tell you about the basic requirements of the program. Basic requirements are pretty simple. There are three basic ones. I mean, there are more, but these are the biggest one, the biggest hurdles. Okay, the investment amount is, of course, the biggest one. It's $900,000 US. This is required by the US government, and this is if the investment is within a targeted employment area, what is called a TEA. Our Feria program is within a TEA, and if the project is not within a TEA, the investment amount is $1.8 million, which is double this number. Okay, each investor must create 10 full-time US-based jobs, and of course, you will need to go through a background check and everything, but also the source of funds must be demonstrated, and you should demonstrate that you have not acquired your funds by any illegal activities or criminal acts. Okay, so if you're interested, just let us know, and we will set up a meeting with our attorney with no cost, and we're glad to help you out, figure everything out. Okay, so let's talk about the opportunity of Feria. Okay, Feria is basically a property business. Better said, a real estate business that will be serving as launchpad for chefs and food startups, providing entrepreneurs with an exceptional opportunity to refine their concepts and interact with the general public. Okay, it provides retail space for food services, restaurants basically. Also provides operations, systems infrastructure, and to multiple subtenants in a format we've called culinary hall. It is a culinary hall. It will have everything related to gastronomy and more. It's also a full service, unique, and first-class incubator concept. It is located in Washington, D.C.'s downtown area. It will have 8 fully equipped kitchens with chef-driven, high-quality culinary proposals within a casual and modern setting, and everything like emulating a European market. Okay. So Feria, this concept is part of the surge in sharing economy businesses, okay, such as Airbnb and Uber. Culinary halls like Feria have become the fastest growing retail niche in the food industry, according to several industry magazines. Okay, but then let's discuss why it is different from other EB5 projects. This is very fast time to market. It means your residence your residence process can be faster obtained, faster complemented. It has great returns, solid performance. We have a great team, and the whole business has been designed to obtain as best performance as possible. Okay, and at least 90% of the space will be occupied to start. We already have 50% of the space already in discussion, already in negotiations, and ready to sign. So this is great for the project. This is actually the real building. This is a picture of the building in DC. It is, as you can see, the space is right in front of us. This space where the tree is, it is just waiting for us. The building is getting occupied at this time, so it's really waiting for us and waiting to do it great there. With this, I'm going to talk a little bit about the operational team. There are 3 partners, me, Juan, that you already know, and Michael Sternberg, which is not present today. I am a senior professional with 20+ years in experience in operation management, project management. I have a couple master's degree, one in supply chain management and another in maritime law and business. I was director of operations for the biggest Spanish window carpentering conglomerate for more than 8 years, and I worked for them for more than 15. I've been working with Juan head to head with developing Feria since the beginning. So please, Juan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, hello. Well, I'm actually a chef and an entrepreneur. I've been working in restaurants and hospitality since 2003. I graduated from Le Cordon Bleu in Paris and the École Hôtelière de Lausanne in Switzerland. I co-founded a restaurant in Venezuela, and we currently have 4 revenue centers. A couple of years ago, I opened a business here in Fort Lauderdale, which we actually sold last year in order to focus myself completely on Feria. With Eduardo, I'm gonna be one of the main operators of the business.
Okay, our other partner is Michael Sternberg, and when it comes to starting successful restaurants, Michael has been there and done that. He's perhaps best known for his role and founder of and managing member of several iconic DC restaurants. I mean, there are many, so let's not get into all of them. Okay, Michael went on to serve as restaurant division president of Centerplate, which is a 1.2 billion company, a contract food service company. Also went to serve in the board of the DC Convention Center, which is a huge place. You will see that in pictures further out of the presentation. He's now the head of Sternberg Hospitality, his own hospitality consultancy, and he's also in the board of the directors of the National Restaurant Association. Okay. There's also a partnership with Mr. Christopher Janu. Christopher, he's not here today. He's the founder and managing partner of Janu Afrique. He's our African partner, and he's helping us develop the EB5 sales for the sales process for the African region. Chris has been investing in a project, and he's ready to become a partner. He has been developing hotels and real estate property in Africa, especially centered in South Africa and in Zambia for a lot of years now, and he's very well known in the industry in the African continent. Juan, please go ahead.
Yes. So this is our first EB5 project. So we are specialists in food and beverage and logistic operations. So we decided to partner with the best in EB5, the gold standard. So we are working with Saul Ewing, Austin and Lair as our immigration attorneys. We took up, we're working with NES Financial Services for the EB5 funds administration. And we're going to be working with 2 regional centers, not just 1, 2. Causa out of Puerto Rico and the EB5 affiliate network out of Washington, D.C. Next, please.
Awesome.
So how does Feria make money? So our 3 main sources of income are going to be licensing. So we are going to be renting 16 spaces, 8 kitchens and 8 stores. We are gonna get a fixed rent and a percentage of sales. So that's a huge income for us. We are going to be managing the bar operations for the whole place. And our other more important revenue center is gonna be deliveries and pickups and all of the food that's going to be consumed outside of the building. So everything is going to be centralized and it's going to go out through with the Feria branding. We also have events and caterings. We are going to take on sponsors and advertisements, and we're going to give mentoring sessions to our chefs and to the outside public. So let's talk about the capitalization of the project and the investment opportunity. So the capital needed to develop the project is $8.4 million, which is distributed as follows. So 6.3 million is going to be coming from 7 EB5 investor slots of $900,000 each. And as Eduardo mentioned before, we are going to be offering with 5% annual interest rate to these investors. and by the end of the 5th year, when they get their final green card, we will give them their money back. We raised 1.7 million in friends and family investment, and we secured a $400,000 commercial investment. These funds are going to be used for project building, construction, and equipment, and startup funds and working capital. We also secured 1.67 million as a landlord commitment that's going to be given to us post-construction. So this is a new place, new building. So the landlord is going to give us almost $100 cash per square foot that we build. Okay. All of this is going to be done for an expected job creation of 134 jobs. As Eduardo said, each EB5 investor is going to need to create 10 jobs. So we are creating 174. So we are very, very comfortable in that aspect. I forgot to mention the landlord commitment, that's cash we're going to receive by the end of the construction. And that's going to be used for capital payment and interest payments on the investors. That's not going to be used as working capital.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to add one thing. Now, this 5% interest is very attractive for EB5 projects. Usually the EB5 projects interest rate is usually lower, more than around half what we're offering. And there's one people will ask, why are you offering so much? But then we really want to fund this project really quick. So we're offering, we're making a huge sacrifice from our own profits to guarantee you a very good return and a very nice return, and of course your visa application, but also we want to be the cutest bride and bring more interest from foreign investors, and that's why we're making this great offer. Okay, this is our prospective P&L. I don't want to bore everybody our attendance with this, but as you can see, Feria has a very good return, and it's perfectly capable of delivering what we promised. In the first year, we're getting $1.6 million, as Juan just said, from the landlord's cashback, and we will be saving this to pay our investors. So that's the reason we are already in the green numbers on the first year. Our operational break-even is in 4 months. If we start this on October 25, and then by February we'll be in the green numbers. Okay, please.
So I'm going to talk about the project status and milestones. So construction is going to start late April this year. The liquor license has already been granted. This is a very fast time to market project. So construction and setup is expected to be around 6 months. So we expect to be open by late this year, November this year. We secured a lease on a trophy location around in Washington, D.C., downtown D.C., across from the historic Carnegie Library building. It's a historic building that was taken over Apple recently and became the biggest Apple store in America. It's a beautiful place. In our building, our co-tenants include Apple Inc. They are going to have an government relationship office in our building. Baker Botts Law Firm has leased two whole floors in the building. Equinox Gym is also located on the 2nd floor, and WeWork leased another 3 floors. So the building is already fully leased, and that gives us a lot of transit and a lot of potential customers.
Yeah, and there's also a tendency. There's going to be after COVID, we expect that there's going to be a tendency of people moving out of their big offices and using more WeWork as we work kind of places. So we expect these we work to be like really full of people all year long. Okay, let's discuss downtown DC. I mean, what's going on around around this space within a 15-minute walk. Okay, median age is 34 years, which is great. People love to go out and have food. Population has been growing steadily since 2010. More than 10,000 daytime employees. Average income for this area it's fairly good. 607.74 hotel rooms. It's gonna be more than 7,000 hotel rooms by when Feria is open. So, which is great. 217 annual convention center events. The convention center, as one said before, is across the street, and I mean it's a really big space, and they're holding convention after convention after convention. So this is great for us. This brings a huge amount of traffic. And also there are 220 events in the Capital One Arena, which is 3 blocks away. I'm going to show you a map with that. And this Capital One Arena is where the hockey team, the Capitals, play. You know, they won the Stanley Cup a couple years back. And also the basketball, the city local basketball team plays. So and also concerts and roller skating and whatever. There are a huge amount of events there every day. This is where Feria is located. As you saw the building in the picture. This is where we're going to be. In the corner, you can see the Carnegie Library, where Apple is based. You know, you can see that's a gorgeous building. This picture would be. I mean, this rendering would be made from the ceiling from the top of the convention center. You can see the Capital One Arena on the back, and also the Capitol and Union Station are quite close. Okay, there's also City Center DC, which is a very renowned. This is a Norman Foster's development. Okay, and it has all the best shops inside. It's a residence space. It has apartments for rent, and they have like the best shops. You can see Louis Vuitton, Dior, Chanel, all of them are there. So they're across the street from us. Okay, which makes it really good, because this also brings a lot of people, a lot of traffic, and a lot of people with money to spend. Also, we're going to go over our operational strengths. I mean, there are several things we want to make sure or to give the security to our investors, that their money is going to be safe, and that the EB5 their EB5 process is going to be successful, which is the two most important things in this business. And we have a successful and experienced current chef, hospitality professional, which is one of DC's most experienced restaurateurs, which is Michael. The best technology available. We are developing our own technology, especially for this place. We have the best location in DC. You can see it is the best. We also have the Brand Guild, which has been named one of the best PR firms in the country this last year. So we want these kind of people to help us have people making lines outside our premises. Okay. We also have minimal operation involvement in each restaurant. We don't operate anything. We just basically operate this business as a real estate business. And we are also experts in operations management and the restaurant business. So there's another thing we want to really translate to our investors. We want to make them part of our project. We're just 3 people developing this project. And although we have a great backup team with the best EB5 people around us, and the best people in operations of restaurants, we want our investor to feel secure, or feel sure that their investment is secure, and also that they can contact us and ask us about the business whenever they want. And if they by any chance come to DC, they can meet with us and have lunch with us anytime in Feria. Okay. This is our contact information. Please, if you have any questions or any doubt, just don't hesitate to ask about anything or the project or the EB5 program. We'll gladly help you out. Okay, and that's it. That's a project. We hope you love that project as much as we do, and we're looking forward to hearing from you. If you have any questions, just let us know.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, gentlemen. We do have quite a few questions for you if you guys are ready.
Sure. Go ahead. Let me unshare this so you can see my face. There.
Great. So the first question we have for you, Eduardo, is for US, the payment will be with US government project or a private project?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Is it a government project or a private project?
No, the project is private. Okay, but we have to comply with everything that the government asks. Okay, to be able ask from us and from the investors to be able to guarantee the issuance of the preliminary green card. Okay, so I mean, they say which what is the requirements are set by them, not by us. Okay, and the amounts are set by them, the times are set by them. When we say 18 months, for example, I mean that's of course that would be depending on how long the process of the EB5 and the documents take. It can be less than that. It can be a little bit more than that. But at this time, it's taking around 18 months.
Great. We have two questions which are very similar to each other. So I'll just combine them both. The first one is, what is the guarantee of returning the funds back if it's a private project? And the second one is that if a project, after the completion of project construction, what if landlord does not pay? So I think they are both very similar questions. So what is the guarantee of funds being refunded?
So regarding the landlord, I mean, we are not counting on the landlord's funds to operate the company. Okay, that's regarding the compensation he's going to give us after construction. He's still legally obligated to give us that money. So sooner or later he's going to have to actually pay us.
Yeah, but in any case, we are, as Juan said, we're not counting on that to be a successful business. So we I mean, that money can, for example, imagine that it takes longer because the landlord has some kind of problem. If they take longer to pay that, in any case, we have a very, very, very good return on investment, and it won't affect the successful operation of the business. I mean, you can see,
Yeah.
we can share our full financial
information.
and you can see that it's. I mean, it helps, but it's not like it's necessary.
Well, yes, we're actually going to use those funds for interest payments and capital payments for the investors in the future. Yeah. So I mean that's the main goal.
Regarding the other part of the question, one of the requirements is that the government requires that the money is at risk for this for at least 5 years. Okay, so there's a guarantee. Well, the guarantee would be that one of the biggest assurances we want to translate is that we have the best team to develop this business, and it's a very simple business. Real estate is always let's say the most secure business, to give it a name. But then we cannot guarantee anything because the government prohibits to guarantee anything. I mean, you have to have your money at risk and create these 10 full-time jobs. I mean, you can if you ask any lawyer, they will tell you the same thing. This is one of the requirements.
Okay.
Yes, and also you need to remember that this is a real estate project. It's not a restaurant project. So
yeah.
So there is a relatively less risk as you would have by opening a restaurant.
Okay, thank you so much for the detailed answer for that. The next question is there any hidden fee to apply a green card with family?
There's an administrative fee of $50,000, but that's for the regional centers and the lawyer. Sorry.
Yes,
Sorry.
Well, that has to be paid anyways.
Yeah, that
That is a part of
we don't make use of that money. I mean that money is for administrative things, and we don't even see it.
That's the only cost for the golden to apply the green card.
Yeah, and of course you have your lawyer's fees and everything. I mean, but that's the problem is that the lawyer goes on the side. I mean, this 900,000 are just for the project. And you have to be sure of that. I mean, that it will probably cost you, the whole process will cost you, I don't know, 10, 15,000 more. But that in lawyers' fees or anything. But that's it. I mean, but for the project, I mean, we are not taking any money from anybody. We're just using what's allocated for the project, and we have an NES Financial that's going to verify that the money is well spent, is spent on the project, and you could, for example, if you're an investor, you will be able to check out how your money is invested, how is it being used, and how is your return coming back to you because NES Financial is involved.
Great. Another question we have here is that how long is the queue for Chinese passport holders for EB5?
I'm not sure. I know that there is a quote. There are people in Congress lobbying for that quote to be removed, but I'm not sure what the queue is. That's something we would have to ask our immigration attorney. But we will gladly ask and get back to you.
Yeah, we know that there is a queue, but it is not sure how long it is.
Yeah, the feedback we have from our lawyers, which are, I mean, they process thousands of visas a year. It is taking around 18 months now at this time to process the whole thing and get your preliminary green card once your investment is done. So if you do your application, let's say in a month, and you do your investment in a month, then you count with around 18 months. It can be 14, it can be 19, but it's around that time. So and that's the same for as far as I know, that's the same for everybody. It depends on the application. The thing with the for example, the Chinese passport, or the example of the Chinese passport, is that if there were quotas for each country. So each year, a limited number of applications for every country are granted. So, for example, I don't know the real number, but for example, it might be 1,000 for China, 1,000 for Russia, 1,000 for the Emirates, or and then until 10,000. That's the top of the limit number of the program. So we suggest, if you are interested, I mean, especially China and China, how you say, orbit countries, those spots are filled really quick. So we suggest you do your investment as soon as possible, so you can guarantee your spot for this year. That's one suggestion I have. And there's another. Now that I mentioned this, the program is really supposed to be renewed by Congress in June. There are rumors that it might not be renewed. Okay, so if by any chance somebody applies before the Congress needs to renew the program in June, those people will be grandfathered the whole process. So if you apply, for example, in May, then you wouldn't have any problem with the rest of the process. I mean, you will practically, I don't want to say guaranteed, but practically yes. So I suggest you do your investment as soon as possible, because this is a rumor, and I don't want to be saying, or discussing rumors, especially live in webinars, but this is something we've heard a couple of times now, and well, it needs, people need to hurry.
Yeah. Well, it is good to inform, but we are pretty sure these are just the rumors.
Exactly.
Going on with the next question. Would you guarantee to meet the criteria of creating 10 jobs?
Yes. I mean, when we say we're supposed to be creating 174 jobs. I mean, this is not that we decide to do our application as an EB5 process, as an EB5 project. We need to comply with several documents. One is the business plan that USCIS needs to review in their format. The other one is the economic impact study. This economic impact study that's made by some law firm that specializes in this and has everything, all the algorithms that USCIS tells them that they have to use, and they are the ones that have calculated that we expect to create 174 jobs. I mean, we have no decision on that. So even if, let's say, even if we create half the jobs we need to create, even then we're going to be creating more than the 70 jobs we need to create. Okay, this is 175 jobs, so we are creating basically 87. If by any bad luck streak we are hit with, we create the half of what we are supposed to be creating, then we'll still be creating 87 jobs, and that's more than enough to guarantee your visa.
Great. Thank you so much. Can you please explain 5% profit a little bit more? Okay.
This 5% profits, this is going to be paid at the end of each fiscal year. It's going to be paid yearly, and that's our return. That's guaranteed. That's for you. That's what we're offering, and that's going to be. I mean, nobody can take that away from you. Okay, that will be each year for 5 years, and at the end of the fifth year, you will get your money back.
And it will be paid on annual basis.
Yeah.
Perfect. So somebody was actually asking if it is on monthly basis, but it is not on monthly basis. It will be on annual basis.
Yeah, it will be paid annually. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. One more question. Can two partners engage in an EB5 visa?
No. I mean, two partners. Well, you mean two business partners or two partners as a family?
Well, two partners, it's written. I believe it's a business partners. I'm not sure.
Business partners. No. I mean, this has to be per household. I really don't. I was discussing with Juan before when you were discussing with Caterina how the relationship of the household would be. I mean, if they're married or not married, we will have to find out about that. But this is per household, not per
household.
I mean, if you're like a business partner, you will have to apply each one separate or either demonstrate you belong to the same household.
Yeah.
Yes.
Couple more questions. Finish it.
One thing I would like to add. USCIS recognizes same-sex marriages, and that was a question that you got before. But you need to have your relationship recognized by your country of residence. Okay. So that's the only.
Perfect. Thank you so much. One more question: is the 900,000 is guaranteed to be given back?
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's
It is.
As I said before, we cannot guarantee anything as USCIS doesn't allow anybody to guarantee that. Okay, your money has to be at risk for 5 years. That's their requirement, not ours. But yeah, I mean,
The project is designed in a way that it will
project is
return
designed in such a
the
way
profit and the money.
Exactly. I mean,
Exactly.
Abdul, you should be giving the speech.
I'm learning it from you guys. One last question, which I'm not sure who is it for, so I'll ask Eduardo this question to you first, and then we'll go to this Katrina with the same question. The question is, if this property is just to visit, or we can live there as well. So I'm not sure if it is for you or Katrina, but obviously, when in EB5 you can go and live, correct? If I'm
Yeah,
not.
with EB5, I mean, I really need to be honest with this. I mean, it's super easy. Once you get the preliminary green card, you can basically, if you are, for example, I don't know, from Saudi Arabia, you can stay at home in Saudi Arabia and still keep your green card. You can move to the US, to whatever part of the US. I mean, if you want to move from Saudi Arabia and you don't like the heat, you want to move to Alaska, you can do it. You can go back and forth, and if you want to work or not, if you decide you had like work enough and you just want to retire and go back to school, you can do so. If for example you just want to send your kids to school, you can do so too, and stay at home running your business back in your hometown. You can do whatever you want. The only very special requirement they have is that you have to stamp your passport every 6 months. For this, you can get an exception, and you know it can be longer, but you have to ask for an exception. And then, if you want to ask for the citizenship, you have to have lived in the United States for more than 2.5 years once you have the preliminary green card. Okay, so but it can be like on a temporary basis, like on a 6-year periods or whatever. So it's really easy.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Eduardo, for answering all these questions and the lovely presentation. Before we finish, we have received a couple of questions for Katrina. So I would definitely like to ask those questions to you, Katrina, if I may.
Yes, sure.
Perfect. So when you say the property to be repurchased, does it mean that buying the property after the specific period with the profit rate or without the profit rate?
It depends. There are properties with the profit, commercial property, let's say apartments that make part of hotels, of the hotel residences. And also we have residential property market. And in this case, the owner can make whatever he wants with the property. He can live there, or he can not use it at all, or it's possible also to rent it. And we also do that kind of service remotely.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Education is equal for citizens and residents, or residents have to pay unlike citizens?
It depends, of course, on the age. Normally, no, there is no difference between citizens and residents. The rules are the same for all the people. And after receiving the education in Portugal, it's possible to do it with anything, because Portuguese education is valid in all countries which are in Bologna Treaty, and Portugal has signed this treaty in 1999.
Great, thank you so much. Establishing a company in Portugal, can you explain it a little bit in a very few words, please?
Establishing a company in Portugal, if we speak about establishing a company just for applying for golden visa, in this case, it's necessary to establish a company which will have 10 job position and maintain them within 5 years. Of course, it's not an easy process. A person need to have an idea how to do that, but it's possible, and Portugal actually helps. Portuguese government helps with this process, and we of course are able to advise.
Great. Thank you so much. The last question for you is that if I just want to invest in Portugal and not live there, so I believe it is a very simple answer to that this program is developed in a way that you are not, if you don't want to live there, you don't have to live there. Correct me if I'm
Exactly.
wrong. It's only 14 days in every 2 years.
Yes, exactly. Just 14 days in each 2 years time. So it's not necessary to live here to receive golden visa, to receive citizenship. Just 14 days within 2 years. And it's not necessary to be 14 days just in one time. Let's say 2 days in 1 month, 2 days in second month. So just 14 days, not necessary to leave, no.
Perfect. So you can actually go and spend your holidays there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Katharina. Thank you,
Thank
gentlemen.
you.
We did try to answer as many questions as we could, and I am sure there are still few questions that we are not been able to answer due to the time. I guarantee you that all of your questions will definitely be answered by our speakers. We will get in touch with you. You have TG Media's WhatsApp number as well. You can WhatsApp us your questions. Please follow us, like us, and subscribe us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You can ask all of these questions there as well, and we'll definitely make sure to have them answered through our speakers. With that, thank you so much for your attention. Thank you to our audience for staying with us and listening to these amazing presentations and asking all of these questions. Thank you, gentlemen, Eduardo, Juan, and Ms.
Thank you.
Katharina. It was a
Thank
pleasure
you,
having
bro.
you aboard.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for
Yeah,
coming.
everyone. Have a
Thank
good
you for
night.
your attention.